Hey, hi, it's me. Hello, it is I are smart. That's my thing I say. I need to talk about the new Ahsoka episode, guys. Spoilers ahead, just so you know, but let's be honest, the people who care about spoilers are watching this show. The people who don't care about spoilers aren't watching this show. I want to enjoy this show. I'm just gonna tell you, I want to enjoy this. I'm not just hating it, like sequel haters, like, oh, screw Disney or screw. That's not. I don't just hate this show for the sake of hating it. I want to like this show, but it's just so bad. And when I point out the things that are bad with it, I get told that, what? You can't say that this show's bad. This show's amazing. It has Anakin and it has all these things in it. And it was so great. And I'm like, guys, it's literally just fan service. And they're like, well, I enjoyed it. All right, screw you. I stop. You're just a hater. You just hate this show because you just hate it. I'm like, no. I genuinely think that there are bad things in this show. And I need to talk about them. Holy crud. Okay. Like, seriously though, take the fan service out of this episode. Think about this episode for a minute. No Anakin. Or just replace it with some other character. Ahsoka goes through her whole training arc. And then the rest of the episode sucks. It's just a filler episode. Like you just take all that out and it sucks. It's literally just like, it's terrible. Because you without the fan service, there is nothing. It's just, whoo. And if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, there's no appeal for this. Like my dad, who hasn't seen the Clone Wars series, was just kind of like, I don't really have any idea what's going on. This means nothing to me. Of course, because like if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, the stuff that's happening is going to have no meaning to you whatsoever. Like, I feel like the show already has a problem with that, but this is the epitome of it, because it's literally just showing events from the Clone Wars, and you have to know what they are to get the significance of them, to understand what's going on in the show. That's so bad. Oh my goodness. The series is literally just becoming the MCU. You have to have watched everything that came before it, just to understand what's going on. Why? It doesn't have to be like that. Why are they turning this into the MCU? Do you guys get it? I hate this. I hate this so much. Like, it makes me upset. It makes me so upset that this is what they're doing. I'm going crazy. Okay. What else did I write? I wrote down a whole tangent here, guys. You're gonna be in for a treat today. Okay. Like the people like me who see that this is just fan service, we're just seeing right through. Because you know what's going on here? Disney or Lucasfilm, Dave Filoni, I don't care. Someone over there is just going, ooh, look, it's Anakin. Look, it's Clone Wars. Don't you like this? Ooh. And the fans are eating it up. And they're all going crazy. And I'm just here like, guys, you're falling for it. You're literally just falling for it. They're putting it in front of you and you're eating it up. How do you not see this? Like, I guess because you're enjoying yourself. Good. Sure. But it's like eating an entire bag of candy. It feels good, but it's not good for you. It's just empty. It's not good for you. It's not good. It seems nice. It's fun and enjoyable to eat an entire bag of candy, but that's literally just what they're doing. It's just Disney giving you candy, and they're eating it up. And they're all like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for giving us Anakin and Ahsoka and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. And so apparently I'm in the wrong here for calling people out on this. Like when I was in the Discord, sir, I was telling them, like, guys, you're literally just accepting the fan service. And I would get told stuff like, oh, let people enjoy things. Let people enjoy this, right? Sure, it's fan service, but it's fan service with a purpose. Let people enjoy things. I'm like, screw you. Let me enjoy The Last Jedi. I mean, every time I say I like The Last Jedi, I get berated until the sun don't... Until I don't know. I just get berated forever every time I say that The Last Jedi is good. And then or just anything else I say. And I'm just like, oh, you can't like that. That thing is bad. And now the tables are turned. And everyone's talking about this, and I'm saying, hey guys, I don't think this is that great. And now I'm the one being the jerk? I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm genuinely confused why it is that people don't see the badness of this show. I'm not trying to get you to not like this. I'm just trying to get you to stop, to take off your freaking rose-tinted glasses for a second and actually look at the episode. You're just freaking out and having a reaction, which is exactly what they want you to do. Because you're just going to look at it and not think about it. You're just going to be like, wow, Anakin's there. Are we going to think at all about why Anakin's there? What the point of having him there is? No, we're just going to go crazy because Anakin's there and he's wearing his Clone Wars outfit. They put this in theaters. And people went and watched it. I don't understand. People went to watch this in theaters. Like, sure, Anakin shows up in Clone Wars and clones and blah, blah, blah. But, like, besides that, the episode sucks. Like, huh? It's just like Hera and the Rebels just wandering around. They're just like, oh, we gotta find Ahsoka. And, like, we gotta find Sabine. And they're out there somewhere. And they just spend like this episode's 51 minutes long, and most of it is not the Anakin stuff. And that's the only thing people are talking about is the Anakin stuff. The rest of it is so bad, guys. And people are saying this is 10 out of 10 best Star Wars thing that's ever happened in the history of ever. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And like CG Anakin, it's creepy. I don't like his CGI face. Stop doing that, please. You don't have to. It's just, it looks so bad. And like, what was the point of having Anakin there? Apparently it's a lesson. Ahsoka needs to learn a lesson. What was the lesson? I'm trying to figure this out. What was the lesson she needed to learn here? Like, just be okay with death? Be okay with soldiers dying? What? Huh? Like, the thing was like, Anakin was like, do you choose life or death? And like, she has to choose between life or death? How does that help? How does that at all impact her character? I don't get it. Or like, I've seen some people saying like, it's to help her get through feeling responsible because Anakin turns into Vader. Okay, I can kind of get that from this episode. But then the dialogue that they're saying just totally confuses that. Like, I'm not saying, they don't need to exactly spell that out for me. I get show not tell. But it's like, they're showing me one thing and then telling me another. And I'm like, well, which one should I listen to? Am I the only one getting that? Am I the only one that feels that way? Am I crazy? Am I the one that's wrong here? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And what even is Anakin? What is Anakin? What is it? Is it a Force Ghost Anakin? Is it Anakin that somehow time traveled from the past? Is this all an illusion in Ahsoka's head? The show doesn't explain this. I'm just supposed to accept the fact that Anakin and Ahsoka are talking and fighting with each other because there is no explanation. I feel like something like this, and it's never like, is she in the world between worlds? It looks kind of like the world between worlds, but what does that even mean anymore? Are they time traveling? Why are they fighting? What is going on? It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't explain this. People are just eating it up because it's just showing them things they like. And I'm like, okay, I'm immune to this. I'm immune to the fan service thing. I don't care. I don't care if so-and-so character shows up. That means nothing to me. And it's just like, well, what is happening in this show? You know? There's nothing, there was like no cohesiveness to any of that. Like, it doesn't make sense. What? I don't get it. And then there's these flashbacks. They're just like, I mean, there's cool things about them, I guess. It's cool to see, oh my gosh, it's the Clone Wars in live action. Like, okay, it's the Clone Wars in live action without the stuff that makes Clone Wars good. It's literally just the bare bones of the Clone Wars show without any of the compelling storytelling or characters or any of that good stuff. They're just thrown in there to make you go, hey, remember past thing? You liked past thing, so clearly new thing that's just copying past thing is going to be good by default, right? Huh? Sure, it's cool to see Captain Rex standing there. Wow. But people are eating this up and going crazy that we finally saw Captain Rex in live action. Wow. I'm so glad that Captain Rex is finally in live action to do literally nothing. He didn't do anything in the episode. I was thinking that Captain Rex showing up would be a big thing, a cool thing, and it was nothing. It was literally nothing. I like the character of Captain Rex, but he did nothing. My reaction was, oh cool, it's Captain Rex in his armor. And it's like, and he just went away and never showed up. I'm like, oh, well, that was a waste of my time. Like he just said, like, come on, let's go. And it was like, oh cool, it's Tamara Morrison's voice. He's not, like, Anakin and Ahsoka are having this whole dialogue together. Why can't Rex be involved in it? Rex and Ahsoka have arguably a more close relationship than Anakin and Ahsoka ever did. Oh my goodness. At least the actress who played young Ahsoka did a good job. I'll give it that. I saw some people saying that. I'm like, yeah, she did do a really good job, not only of playing Ahsoka, but also doing the fight scenes. That was quite impressive. Also, I'm just really glad they didn't put her in the Season 1 outfit. They were actually, like, while making the show, someone had a tiny sliver of logic and was like, maybe we shouldn't put this 14-year-old in a crop top and a miniskirt. Maybe we should give her a more covering outfit. I think that'd be a good thing to do. Like, I know it's, it would have been accurate, but, oh my gosh, thank goodness they didn't put her in the frickin' Season 1 outfit. Can we just retcon that completely? Can we just totally get rid of that? All the earlier seasons of Clone Wars where Ahsoka's wearing that terrible outfit, please. It's so bad. Why does that exist? Ugh. Anyway, the dialogue during this part is so bad. It's actually so bad, guys. Do you not get this? It's literally like Ahsoka says, this is the Clone Wars. Anakin's like, yep, this is the Clone Wars. Did an AI write this? I know we got the whole writer's strike going on. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me if Disney, had to just get some AI to fill in the gaps in the writing that got... What? How? You literally open up ChatGPT, go to ChatGPT, say, write me a story about Anakin and Ahsoka fighting in the Clone Wars. You're going to get the same results as this show, where Ahsoka's going to be like, we are fighting in a battle in the Clone Wars. Yes, I am Anakin Skywalker, and this is indeed a battle in the Clone Wars. It's going to sound exactly like that. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then she's like, this is the Battle of Mandalore. Like, yeah, I know. I watched Season 7 of the Clone Wars when it came out, and it was cool because it was actually cool then. Now you're just showing it to me again, but in live action, which I guess makes it better. Like, what? And the thing that bothers me here is the fact that this means nothing to my dad, right? And it means nothing to me. The whole point of that line is entirely pointless. There's no reason for the line, this is the Battle of Mandalore, to be in the show. Same with the Clone Wars line. It's like, people who know what's going on know what's going on. The fans of this show, who they're pandering to, know what's going on. But the entire other audience, the fans they're not pandering to, people who haven't seen the animated series, which is pretty much half, or maybe, I don't know, some percentage of the audience of the show who has no idea what's going on, they're just totally alienating them, because, like, that's not going to help them, just saying this is the Battle of Mandalore. Like, oh, I get it now. I understand. You know, it's like I just watched a 4-episode arc, just because one person said a line of dialogue. I understand it now. Oh, it's like, why? That line does nothing. Do you guys not see this? It does nothing for either party in this situation. And again, still, there is that divide between the people they're pandering to and the people who just don't get it. They're not going to get it no matter what you do because they haven't seen the animated series. You're alienating so much of your audience. And now, like, I've seen all the things, I just don't care that they're pandering to me. It's like, again, I'd like to mention, I'm not just hating on this show for the sake of hating it. If you actually enjoyed it, good for you, I guess, but, like, please can you at least see my point here? This show could be so much better. It really could be better. People are acting like this is 10 out of 10 perfect when it could be so much better. That's, I think, my main problem, is people are praising this so much when there are obvious problems. The dialogue could be so much better. Some of the sets are still so bland. Like the scene where they're fighting in the Clone Wars, it's literally just dust swirling around. That's kind of cool. You know, it's kind of like what they did in episode 2, but still, it's just so bland. I know they can do more because they have done more in the past. They've done interesting visuals in other shows. It's like, and of course the dialogue, and the fact that this show relies so much on pre-existing stuff. They easily could have tweaked it so it wasn't just Star Wars Rebels Season 5, but that's really what this show is. If you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels, and if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, this show is nothing. It doesn't connect to really, like my dad, who has only really seen the live-action shows, was like, wait, why is Ahsoka fighting Mandalorians? And I was like, it's a whole thing, I don't have time to explain it. Like, you're missing out on so much, and they could have just avoided all of that. Anyway, some closing thoughts here. Bald Ahsoka, yeah. Did they forget? Did they mess up her costume? What happened here? Genuinely, though, is this a mistake? What is going on? Is there a lore reason why her face looks different all of a sudden? She's supposed to have, like, those rock stud things on her face, right? Like, I don't know. Also, I'm mentioning my dad again in this video. I jokingly said to him while we were watching this episode, like, oh, wow, they got the space whales. What, is she gonna pull a Jonah and get eaten by the whale? And then that happened. Like, okay, she's just eaten inside the whale now. And she got teleported, her spaced away. Okay, whatever, sure. Also, screw all of the sequel haters who were like, oh, Ahsoka's gonna finally retcon the sequels. It's gonna make them not canon. Yeah, we've come and gone from the World Between Worlds. I don't think the show's gonna touch on it again. I think it's pretty safe to say you guys are all dumb, and it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna retcon the sequels. If anything, the end of the show will probably tie into the sequels somehow. So, yeah. Get pranked, idiots. And I really just hope the power leveling fans, all those fans who are like, oh, Anakin would totally beat Ahsoka in a fair fight, and stuff like, I hope they finally shut up now. Because Ahsoka beat Anakin, huh? It's plain there, you can watch it in the episode. All the people are like, oh, who would win? Prime Anakin or Prime Ahsoka? You can all shut up now, because it doesn't matter. Please, shut up! Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care. Anyway, in conclusion, I genuinely just feel so alien. That's the best way I can describe this. I feel alien in the Star Wars community. I feel like I'm just the outlier, and everyone is praising this. And I've seen some other people saying, guys, this sucks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. Somebody else gets it. But it seems so few and far between. so many of the people who are just talking about the show are just praising it, and it's just like, everyone's like, praise Dave Filoni for the best. It's like, guys, this is not good. It could be so much better, but people are still gonna say that this is the greatest thing ever, and it's like, I can admit to you there are some great things about this, but why are we all acting like this is the greatest thing? That's why I'm saying it's overrated. I'm not saying that means it's terrible. I'm just saying the show is good, but it could be so much better. And people are just overhyping it so much. And that's, I think, what upsets me about just the Ahsoka show in general, is like, it's not good. It could be better, but people are just accepting it because it's giving them stuff they wanted to see. And it's just like, So let me know, guys. Am I going crazy? Am I in the wrong? Did any of that rant make sense? I just yelled and screamed and ranted because I need to get this off my chest. I watched that whole episode and was like, what the heck? That was just bad. And then I watched everyone talk about how great it is. And I was literally losing my mind last night. And I was like, alright, I need to rant about this in a video and just get my thoughts out there because holy crap. So, if you sat through this whole tangent, thanks. But, oh my... I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's like, why? Okay, bye. I'm tired now. I actually just need to lie down for a bit. I'm gonna close my eyes, try not to think about Ahsoka. Okay, bye.